Good afternoon, evening, morning, good day or night. Good, good. Uh, my name is Aaron, and I am part of the SketchUp team. And we're gonna do some live modeling today. We're gonna do this a little bit different than we do a lot of times. We decided that just I'm boring, and it's just all of me for 2 hours. Just not what you guys want. So what we decided to do is bring all of our modelers together. So myself, Tyson, and Eric are all going to chip in on a model. So we're going to do a little bit of, I'll call it collaborative, but it's going to be more like tag team modeling. We're just going to model a little bit, pass it off, model a little bit, that kind of thing. It's going to be a fun time. But three modelers also means three co-hosts. So we couldn't find a good way to gate them. So you're going to have to just take your co-host from a fire hose. So here in our ears, we have all of them. So my buddy Jody.
Hello, everybody.
And then we got Donovan, who usually is with Eric.
Who apparently is not your buddy since you gave Jody that title, but just jump right into me.
That's right.
Confirmed.
Nice. And the guy I just don't like at all, Matt. See, it could have been worse, Donovan.
Oh, bad. Third build over here.
No, I was saving Matt for last because you guys know if you watch regularly, Matt's usually on here every 3 weeks like the rest of us, but he has been taking some time off because his baby is more important than you all. So,
your words, not mine, but hey, I'm happy to be back for the chaos stream where we have four people talking over each other at the same time about one model. So, hey, I'm ready to step on some toes over here.
That's right. This is going to be fun. It's going to be something. That I promise you.
Maybe something.
So we kind of dreamed this up. We were all in town together for business reasons. Our company had us all come in, but we wanted to take advantage of that and get on here. We were originally kind of pitched this as a celebration of our 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're watching on LinkedIn or what are the other ones? Facebook, X. I almost said the T word. But if you're watching on those other platforms, I highly recommend you check out YouTube. Even if you're not a huge fan of YouTube, but you like this stream, going over there and subscribing would be awesome. We would very much appreciate it. But we crossed that 500,000 subscriber mark. We were super excited. We want to do something to kind of celebrate. So we pitched around a couple ideas, and this is where we ended up. While we're all in here, we'll do a collaborative model and just see what happens. I got no promises, you guys. I have no idea how this is going to go. But before we dive into that, I did want to just give a nod, a shout out to, we did say, hey, if you got any cool models to celebrate 500,000, let's see them, see what you got. And we had a couple that come in that were kind of fun. Over on the forum, Mihai did a render, an infinity mirror render, which is pretty cool. Of
infinity subscribers. That's next on the list.
Ooh, I like that. I was going to say 1 million, but yeah, let's go straight there. So this guy right here is what our 500,000 subscriber play button would look like if they did those. But unfortunately, it's kind of a big jump from 100,000 to 1 million, right? That's a whole zero. But yeah, so
yeah, a decimal place.
Yeah,
comma place.
I guess depends for how international you are. But we had a couple others. A non-posted a file that unfortunately is an old link that we can't look at. Mihai put up, basically kind of a walkthrough of how he did what he did with that render. Super cool. I got this other render here that's got our different logos throughout the year, which is neat.
Oh, I love the classic logo on the desk.
Let's get over here.
That's a throwback right there.
So we do have
in 3 dimensions.
So we do have there, right down there. We got the new logo. And then over here, I'm like a weatherman here. Right here, we have our retro logo. And up here, some people might not even recognize this one, but this was the original At Last logo for SketchUp. Or so I hear. Jody, is that true? I'm not that old.
It's true. No, except it was in 2D.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's hard to tell with the render. It could be. But yeah, so very cool, Mihai. Thank you very much. And of course, our own Matt Robinson threw in a quick 3D model of
hey,
got got to be at least 500,000 people here. This is a picture of each one of you subscribers that Matt added right here into that model.
That's right. I made a personal scale figure of each and every one of you. Don't count them. There definitely is 500,000.
Totally.
There's not enough time to count off all of them today, of course, but
Oh,
yes.
sorry, I lost the stream.
Actually, you can always find it on the forum. You can go and count on your own. Just come back to us with what the if you see any discrepancies.
So yeah,
Pick it
so
up
we
with Jody.
so thank you. We did have a handful of people did throw some models up there. Thank you very much. We didn't get quite the dozens we were hoping to get back, so we decided we'll do some live modeling on our live modeling stream. So with that, we're gonna hop in. We are going to model a building called the Glass House, which is a house made primarily of glass.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because
That's proper marketing right there.
that's what we're gonna do.
I appreciate your
Delivers on the-
transparency in explaining this house to us.
I like it. The dad jokes are starting. Jody's fired up. Oh shoot, that's not. I shouldn't show brands like that.
Yeah, we're on strike from Pepsi.
Dang it.
Or from-
Hold on. I have a solution. I can just get some gaff tape like this. And now I can take sips of my caffeinated beverage without fear. Oh, you can't even tell. Look, you can't even tell what that is. Anyhow,
I
let's
don't care about the brand so much as just the obvious. It's now clear that you drink that, which is a check mark against you.
I don't do
Strike.
it a lot, but yeah, when I'm running a little low in the energy reserves, I tend to do that. So that's been most of my week. All right, let's hop in and start doing some modeling. All right, so because we're doing this a little bit different than how we normally do. So normally, each modeler, of course, uses his own computer with his own peripherals. I use a 3D mouse. Eric likes to use this vertical mouse that is right here that I'm going to be trying to use. But we decided, not just taking away everybody's peripherals wasn't enough. We're going to take away everything. So we're just going to go with just straight out of the box SketchUp for web. So this means default shortcuts only. This means no extensions. This means we're going to be modeling basically just modeling at its purest form. This is going to be stripped down and yeah, we're just ground up basic modeling.
And we get to see how much of a challenge it's going to be for expert modelers to do basic modeling.
Yeah, so when the expert modelers come in here after me, you guys will get an idea of how that works.
You always have an excuse.
If you're self-deprecating, Jody can't make fun of you. That's what I've learned in my time live modeling.
Yeah, gotta get there first.
It will
That's
be
right.
it will be exciting to be a commenter on a talented modeler as well. Just kind of just to see.
Oh, you had to go for talent, huh? Dig it. That's cool. I get it. It's a joke.
I'll make
just a
fun
joke.
of Tyson's his Cro-Magnon brow.
Whoa. Wow, it just got really personal. Okay, I'm going to make fun of Eric's mouse because I'm already a little struggling with this sideways hand thing. But my tendons feel just wonderful. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start by importing a couple of reference images. Oh, timer. So up here at the top, you see it's really, see this teeny tiny little text right there? That says 1500. This is actually a timer. So I'm going to model for 15 minutes and then we're going to bring the next person in. I don't know who the next person's going to be or anything like that, but I'm going to go ahead and hit start on the timer and then you guys will be able to watch. If you can see the teeny tiny text, you'll be able to see that 15 minutes.
Get the readers out.
That's right. So I'm going to hit start and we should see the countdown starting. It is going. Boom. All right. So we're going to start by importing some reference images. I'm going to click up here in the hamburger menu. That's what those three lines are called. Sometimes they say pancake menu, but it's past
Never heard
noon.
that.
So
Short stack menu.
I'm back. Yeah, it's lunchtime here. I'm thinking burgers. All right, so I'm going to say import from my device. And I'm going to import from the desktop. And I got two images here. The first one's a floor plan. I'm just going to go ahead and open that. And I'm going to import it as an image. Drop it on the ground. I'm going to arbitrarily scale right now. We'll go to an exact size in just a minute. But this is the floor plan of the glass house. I know we're not going for the most complex, cut up, scary looking model we've ever done here because we're maybe a tad apprehensive about this collaborative modeling process. We're not sure how this is going to go, so we'll see. So we're
Sound like you're
starting.
scared.
No, I was speaking for other people.
They're not sure how this will go. Aaron knows exactly how this will go.
I've done this long enough. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to import a second one too. This is nice. This is a nice little simple little floor plan. But let's also go to import and import also from the desktop this glass house view. We're going to import that as another image. I'm just going to throw it up here. We don't have the ability to watermark in this version, so I'm just going to drop it in as another image. Just a picture we can look at. So in here, we can see some basic details, what this some of these extrusions look like, maybe a basic idea of landscaping. Maybe Eric will get in here and actually tackle some landscape. This would be fun. This would be fun. This would be fun. This would be fun. All right. So what I'm going to start with is, so I'm struggling with two things right now already. I'd like to be, I like to tell you guys what I got going on. I have reached several times. I don't know if you guys saw, but my fingers have gone like this a couple times trying to grab the 3D mouse that's not there.
The mouse that isn't there.
Ugh,
Phantom-
stick that in my
phantom
back
limb.
pocket. And it's weird, but I actually looked at a vertical mouse for a while, but I never ended up getting one because I have so many shortcuts on my normal mouse. But just tipping my hand this way is definitely causing me. I don't know. There's like a delay. There's like I'm inputting a comment to my hand to do it, and it's like there's a delay before my hand actually goes, okay, so move up. Wait a minute. Yes. So I'm struggling.
Patrick's asking the real question here is, what do you call a group of 3D modelers? There's not an answer. This is we're workshopping this right now.
It's not just
Like
3D
a murder of
modelers.
crows. or
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Gaggle
of
of geese. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a bundle? I like that term. A bundle of modelers.
Mm,
A bunch?
Bundle.
How about a bunch? Bunch? Squad. You guys are still on here, right? You can, these are great ideas. I'm not getting any feedback.
Crickets. Nothing.
Well, there's grouping and ungrouping in SketchUp, so you could say group. That's too general.
Yeah.
All right, you guys work on that. I'm
A
gonna model.
component of modelers. There we go.
I'm gonna draw a line
There you go.
across
that
this.
works.
I'm gonna draw a line right here across the dimension I have, and then I am going to select and group together both my image and that drawing, or that line I just drew. And I'm just gonna grab those, make it a group. I'm guessing, I'll be totally honest with you guys, I don't use the web modeler very often, so I'm guessing that certain commands are going to be where I expect them to be. I wasn't sure if that was in the right click menu or not, but it was, so it worked out perfect.
It'll be fun to watch you click the wrong stuff.
It will
I went
be.
and just did a search of what is a group of modelers called, and it's assumed we were talking about supermodels, which I mean, you guys sure. And so creatively, they call them, that group is called models.
It's got a certain ring to it.
It says something without saying anything. All right, so while in the group, I'm gonna put a dimension line across this dimension, and I'm gonna tell it is 56 feet. Hit enter, and that's gonna say, do you want to resize the group? Okay, there's my group at proper scale.
Some people are chiming in a herd, a mess,
Yeah.
a squat.
I think
solid?
Andy's is my favorite.
The what?
An axes of modelers.
An axis
Ooh,
of a noise of
I do like
modelers.
the way that
considering we have
sounds.
some- yeah. An axis of modelers. Yeah.
Like the axis of evil, but except they're
Oh, come on, that ruined it. You can't have Nazis involved and still want to be on board.
And apparently Tyson is watching. from
Cheater!
The other room.
What?
Yeah. He's
Ty-
over here suggesting a pod. That's what he thinks it should be called. Maybe he's just looking only at the chat. I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, part of this whole setup was that one modeler is not supposed to know what the other modeler is doing, left hand and right hand kind of thing. So the challenge of switching modelers out is that the next modeler has to come in and figure out what the modeler before them did to then build on that.
it's like in a game show. They're in the isolation booth with the
Yeah,
That's
the-
right. Yeah,
Not
what,
very
what
what fun would the
isolation.
final round of Family Feud be if the other people are just like sitting there listening?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so right away, this image that I was sure was high quality that I downloaded 10 minutes ago from I don't know where, turns out is not. So there's a big difference between what's shown here and what's here. So Scaling is not going to help me much. Which really, I mean, it was a rectangle. I think we're good. We can probably just use that as reference from now on in. But yeah, so I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to, oops, hit the wrong shortcut. Go back in your home. I'm going to just pull this down like 12 inches just to give myself 24. And then I'm going to grab that and I'm going to make it a group. And I'm going to create some tags in here. Not outliner, not display, not model info, but I just want tags. And I'm going to create a couple. I'm going to say foundation. I'm going to say columns. I'm going to say windows. Roof. And then bathroom. I'm going to start with a handful of tags. I'm going to take this one right here, and we will add that to the foundation tag. That way, if I want to come in here and turn it off, it should be that simple. Wait, did I do that wrong?
Maybe, okay, so someone suggested tag of modelers, but what about a layer of modelers, right?
That does sound...
It feels very controversial.
That's what Jody likes.
Colin said a group of SketchUp modelers could be a sum.
It sounds math related, and I'm
modeler.
just fundamentally opposed to that.
No, it's a TLA, SketchUp modelers. It's clever.
Mm-hmm. A save of modelers.
we don't save here.
Someone somewhere does.
Somebody did. I think it was Andy a long time ago called for saving.
So I'm going to go with a deep cut here, and I'm going to say a hunchback of modelers.
Oh, that's a good deep cut. I love the silence on Aaron's end. He doesn't.
I'm busy.
He doesn't want to.
I'm working over here. You guys having a fun time. I'm sweating under these lights.
Just know that it's
there. I saved. Okay. I'm making some stuff up here. I'm gonna make these columns into components. For some reason, my finger does not want to rest on the right mouse button of this mouse. I'm really kind of struggling with that. All right, so I'm going to call it a column. And then I'm going to take that. I misspelled column. No, C-O-U-L-M-N. No, it's good. I pluralized it for some reason.
What's really funny is when you said it out loud, you spelled it wrong with your mouth.
It's all falling apart. And I just made a component. What's going on here?
Oh, nice.
It was working great until you saved.
Ooh.
No, it was the Hunchback comment that ruined it all. I'm pretty sure.
Ah, yes.
You had to bring
now,
Notre Dame energy
version,
in.
Does it automatically save, or do you have to go in and save like you would? I mean, since it's a web version, does it auto save, or do you have to go in and save manually like you do in the desktop version?
It would save your untitled file if that happened before he'd saved. It would.
Let's try that again. Make components.
Yeah, and you just see it on the recovery screen when you come back in.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna take a copy
of the 3 different versions of SketchUp. I think I've used web the least, iPad the most, desktop the second, and then web the least.
That's kind of cool.
Nothing against
That's kind of cool to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat what your most used version is. I know a lot of people have been adopting iPad as their primary version, but let us know. What were you saying, Jody?
I was just curious that Donovan actually uses iPad. I don't know a whole lot of people in the office other than Mike Tadros that are actively using it regularly.
Yeah.
When I use it, I end up hooking, like having the keyboard, and I like connect my wireless mouse, and so I end up using it like desktop. So.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
even
I
when
sometimes
am
do
using
like
an iPad.
to get the pencil going and do some kind of free form, you have to be in a different mindset. You can't be in like the traditional, like, I'm gonna, you know, click and then add a dimension and then click again, kind of. It's kind of its own thing, but still obviously has the same DNA.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting my brain to work with pencil. Like as much as I try, I guess I don't try hard enough. Mm.
All right, pull that up to. I heard Eric mention that the ceiling is 10 feet tall in the glass house. So
Hearsay.
Lawrence
I
said
heard.
there's less than 4
Or-
minutes. I think that means to go.
Oh, there's 3.5 minutes. Wow, 15 minutes goes by.
Did he
Especially-
say 10 feet because he's trying to throw you off, or do you think that's the actual how the ceilings in that house?
He's got to deal with this. I don't know why he'd screw with me at that point. I mean,
his problem now?
yeah. All right, let's get a roof on here so we have at least the foundational, the fundamental. Oh, I missed.
It looks like most people in the comments use desktop. Bunch of desktop
What?
users. Yeah.
We could probably even go a little deeper and say Mac or Windows, in which case everyone will also then say Windows.
And which version? Make 2017.
No.
Get out. All right. There we go. I really wanted to get this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why do I keep hitting? What am I hitting that I keep bringing up outliner? Probably the outliner button. All right, let's try that again. I'm gonna put this in because it's fun for no reason other than that.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the main structure. That's the bathroom, right? That
Yeah.
like middle part. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take that up like 14 foot.
At least the bathroom is enclosed, I guess. The rest of the house seems to be like an exhibitionist dream, but at least the bathroom is enclosed.
The only downfall is it's in the middle of the woods. Like exhibitionists would be like, put this right in the middle of the city, baby. I want to be in the
Fair enough.
action.
Maybe they're like an introverted exhibitionist.
That's a starter. It's a starter exhibitionist situation.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about getting
Actually,
into
it kinda looks like it's-
exhibitionism. Have I got
it
a
looks like
house
it's
for
on the-
you?
It looks like it's on the edge of a park. So there could be kids, tossing the old disc around right there next to it, for all I know.
Sure.
Alright.
Seesaws.
From the comments, it looks like people are kind of
Nice,
split
appropriate.
50-50 between Mac and Windows. So,
Really?
yeah.
Ooh,
That's impressive.
ooh.
Good people.
All right. So, yeah. So the rest of this. So in here, it looks like front and back we have a door, and then both sides has a door component too. So the thing that would make the most sense to do is to put those doors in there, and then we got these other pieces kind of breaking up this situation here. But man, these are some big. I didn't realize just how big these pieces of glass are going to be. It's a lot of glass. But we got a lot of options here. We got some like these reveals. Is that what you call it? These metal chunks what stick out?
Everything. It's a glass house. Everything's a reveal.
Boom. Gosh, she's on fire today.
When
I see you, Jody. I see right through you. I got you, buddy. But yeah, and then in the bathroom, the detail's not really great on here, but this I believe is like is this a fireplace on the front and then a bathroom on the back or something like that? Oh wait, here looking. Oh no, we're on the other side. That's definitely the bathroom.
Wait, so is this a
Oh,
famous house that people know about? Like, is there some certain crowd that's just like, oh yeah, Philip Glass is Philip, whatever his name's Glass House. This was built like 70 years ago.
Somebody
it
has
would
heard
be
of it.
crazy if Philip Glass made it. Oh, did
right.
your timer go off?
I'm time. All right,
Pencil
so
down.
thanks guys for coming by. It's all downhill from here. You could probably head out. No, I'm just kidding. Eric's coming in right now. I'm gonna pass it over. All right, so all you do is click on start and then click back
It's
to that tab.
Philip Johnson, not
Where it
Philip
going?
Glass. I wanted to say Philip Glass 2,
Yeah.
Matt. But
Do I get 15 minutes of banter time before I start my clonk, or do I got to just roll right into it?
Just go for it. Just
I don't know why we're doing this. Hey everyone, at least can I say hi at least before I start my clock? Hi
Oh,
everyone.
please do. Eric, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
let's talk in more modeling.
What are we doing here? Start. Go. All right. This is what I think we're doing. I did cheat. I was kind of watching, so shh, don't tell Aaron. Oh my gosh. What do we want to do? I'm going to do some furnishings. I'm going to let Tyson do the glazing and the framing because he said that he really wants to get into those kinds of details. So we're going to start the
Did
interiors.
he really say that?
No, he didn't say that. So
Because he's in the comment gallery there, so he can deny.
did you? That was me actually commenting as Tyson. So
Oh,
You
nice.
guys trade logins?
I was. No, I was. He stepped away, and then I was there, and it was his computer, so I started. I took.
Okay.
That's what happens when
Yeah,
you.
he walked away from keyboard without locking it. So public
So
service
have, like, a
announcement: always lock your screen.
Fake
So somebody
account.
else might
I'm going
jump
to
in.
go 17.5 by 2.5. 17.5 feet, comma 2.5 feet. When I draw stuff, I always take the time to put in real dimensions as opposed to just, I'm just going to trace this. So that's going to slow me down. And I'm going to go ahead and make everything a component as I go.
You should know also, Eric, that the image is not to scale, like the feet on the sides.
Well,
We discovered in the first part are not to scale. So just letting you know.
I found another reference image. If I want to use my time to bring one that actually is maybe a bit more accurate, I might do that. But I'm just going to go with this furnishings because I can use my dimensions here. So if I go Shift D, which is how I would normally do it, but now we're not in how I normally do it. So I'm actually going to have to go in to tape measure. Oh, sorry, I don't need to use dimensions. I can use tape measure. That's 6.5 feet for a bed. Does that sound right for a bed? Let's go with that. Let's go with that. This is one that I might want to do from 3D Warehouse, which I'll get into in just a few minutes, or I might get to, I might not to. But let's see, I'm looking at dimensions, and we're at 6 feet by 7.5. So 6 feet, comma 7.5 feet, and that's the wrong way. So there we go. So web, I don't know what Aaron said about how much he uses the web, but I'm kind of in the same boat. I love the web modeler. I actually do use it from time to time, so I'm not too worried about this, what we're doing here today. But at the same time, just like most people, you know, when you have the choice, I'm a desktop person. So let's go with 22 inches. That's too high. Let's go with 18. So we can actually get into the bed. No, not 18 feet. Z, undo. How are you guys doing? All three of you.
Good.
Great.
I wanted to say you got a lot of people in the chat saying, "Hey, Eric. Hi, Eric."
Oh, hey, everyone.
Good.
That's right. I forget. We've got crowds here because Aaron got to say hello to everyone. And then I'm looking at my time and I'm getting really nervous because I just wasted 2.5 minutes of it. So
2.75 minutes to be more precise.
But you got a bed in there.
So this is all we've got right now for a reference image, which is not great. We also have a brick foundation and we've got some sort of miscellaneous pieces. I'm looking at this here.
Oh. Somebody recommended that you switch everything from imperial to metric before Tyson jumps on.
Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna scale everything. I'm gonna mirror it by flipping it, and then no, I'm not. You guys, I'm not gonna do that. Although we do have to make a decision about where the entry is because we may actually want to flip this 180 degrees, and the reason why is because if we're gonna treat this as the entry. You know what I mean? We have to, otherwise what we're doing is we're modeling the backside first. So I'm gonna mess everybody up by flipping this whole thing 180 degrees. That's the first thing. Hey, it's my turn. I can do whatever I want here, right?
Absolutely. You got the reins.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's the wheel.
So now, because the reason why is because I didn't want to mirror this image. Instead, when I take this here and I'm gonna make this a component, you're gonna see why in just a second, is I'm gonna copy this over and I'm gonna place it here. So it aligns pretty much with where the corner of the rectangle that Aaron was drawing. And the reason why is because if I want to make changes, I can make changes to this one. And if you look into the background, the one that's inside of the actual building, it's actually going to change as well. So I'm going to work on my furnishings outside of the building, and that way I don't have to keep toggling the roof on or off. And then I'm also going to do some steps. Let's do some steps. How long do we think these are? What does that line up with? That is tough. Does anybody want to get me some dimensions, or are we just going to make this up?
I feel like making stuff up makes it that much more fun for the next guy.
All right, I'm going to make something up. 10 foot, comma, 3 foot. Let's go with 12 foot, comma, 4 foot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. Make that a component. This is going to be my step. Hopefully Aaron doesn't need them to be named because I'm not going to be naming anything here on this. I've only got a few minutes with you guys, with y'all today.
Well, you get 2 rounds of a few minutes.
That's true. Does that sit flush or does it sit below? It sits flush with the brick, but it sits below the frame. So in a way you would
Yeah.
sit. I heard that Philip Johnson had a wheelchair towards his older days, which makes me wonder if they had to accommodate this temporarily because he lived in this house until he died. And I'm wondering if they had a ramp at some point because this is not ADA accessible.
What we were talking about right before you came on was if people were familiar with this house before this. So were you were familiar with the glass house before, Eric?
Oh no, I like spent 10 minutes reading about it before I came on camera so I could say something intelligent about it. No, I'm familiar with it, but I mean, no, I don't know like the details or anything.
I spoke with Mr. Johnson before to, although you said he's since passed, so doesn't really make sense.
You could talk
Yeah,
to
it is
him still.
October.
I was in my quick reading, I did find that he actually was not a big stone thrower.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did catch Aaron say something about dad jokes, and I'm gonna put that one squarely in that category. So
I am a dad.
that makes sense. I'm also modeling in ISO, which have you ever heard Aaron and Tyson say how much they dislike that? So there's this funny gap right here. It's like an air gap. So that step that I drew doesn't work because this one needs to be shorter. So there's a longer one, and then there's like one that's like half the size. So this is like a half size one. So are you three? I'm glad to have all three of you because I can like ask broad general questions. Like, are you three happier that you get to sit and watch and make fun of us do this, or are you kind of jealous that you can't get in here and take a relay turn next?
Oh no, I prefer to make fun of people. It masks my own insecurities.
Well, yeah. I get that about you, Jody. That you're good at it.
Randy-
You have a talent.
I got talent. Randy has made a very good observation. Assumption was that Mr. Johnson owned a lot of Windex.
Where does he keep it? There's no room in that. Maybe in the bathroom under the sink. I'm like,
Maybe
Yeah,
the big
right.
round thing is like
That's where all the storage.
maybe the round thing in the middle is just like a gigantic lazy Susan, just full, and like one shelf is full of, or is that the bathroom? That's probably the bathroom.
or it's like a super deep storage unit in a. Like it's like a well of just all his crap that he's.
Yeah,
Everything's real
it's not-
clean when you walk in, but until you go in the storage room.
That's not a bathroom. It's actually an elevator down into the real house.
I think I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna pull this to this midpoint, and I think I'm gonna only do this once, and then component and flip it.
That's using the old noodle.
That's using the old noodle. Old noodle still working these days, guys. We just got done with like 45 consecutive meetings, so this noodle here is about ready for a break. But we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do this.
Keep on
You
keeping up,
have
man.
support for isometric modeling in the chats, Eric. Other people prefer it just as much as you do.
Well, yeah, I do, because it's. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's hard sometimes to see what's going on. Let's see here. Speaking of seeing what's going on, oh, I'm using a keyboard shortcut for hide. This is the problem. I'm trying to hide these edges, and they're not hiding. And I'm like, why is this not working? guys. So this is what I was trying to do was this, only I kind of did it the wrong order. I'm giving it like a little landing pad, and then eventually we'll all expand the turf to go around because I want to do some grading if I get to it. So what I wanted to do was basically, I didn't really want this here. I wanted to actually pull this out. And the reason for that is because this path is actually more like that. And that little broken edge doesn't go there. I'm using the modifier. I could use the modifier, but maybe in this case I don't need to. I'm just going to pull that out. What I'm trying to do is create this little thing here. If I get this right. I'm not going to color this yet. I do like to color as I go, but I'm going to respect my cohorts who will be taking over in 5 minutes and 13 seconds that I won't be adding.
I think you should just be you, man. Let the chips fall
Yeah,
where
you're
they may.
right. I am going to be me. Okay, so we also need to realize that this floor separates by. We have a frame. Should I do the frame or should I just leave that for Tyson? bouncing around a lot here.
Do it.
Do the frame. Okay. I'm gonna take part of it. I did notice that if you guys don't know, I was reading about this, is that these are supposed to be the same module. This panel here is actually done at the golden rectangle. So it's a ratio of 1 by 1.618. And so this rectangle that you see here, the reason why it is the dimensions that it is because that's also a golden rectangle. So you're getting it both horizontally and you're getting it vertically. So fun fact. Make that a component and call this, I'm gonna call this window module.
I feel like it would actually be a glass rectangle in this case.
It would be, but I'm going to leave it like this for now, and I'm going to let somebody else worry about that. So this one, I'm looking at Aaron, and I'm saying that this should all be the same module, which means that you can see I've got an air gap. So I'm going to actually undo something that he did. So don't tell
Does that golden ratio also include the door frame area?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty thin, that mullion. So no, it's not. I think that he switches and he does it vertically again. So you can see it's in there like 3 or 4 times. It's horizontal, it's vertical. That's what sort of made up this module. So I'm going to pretend that all 3 of these modules are the same. 1, 2, 3, which means that I have to come in to this one. I have to grab this from this corner. I wasn't watching this part, so I don't know how Aaron did it. And I should be able to divide that by 3. And then let me try this again and see if this works. So if I copy this, make it a component. If I move this over, does it fit perfectly? Yes, it does, times 2. And because that's a component, the other thing we can do is take all of these now. I don't want to grab tie, make that a component, get rid of that whole side, and now this whole facade is a component. So I'm going to grab this, pull this over. But because right now you can't tell which side is, I want to change this by doing -1 and make sure that corner snaps. So I will start the facade a little bit for Tyson. And the reason why is because he can use if he wants to, he can use my little bedroom component here, and he can actually add the furnishings inside of the bedroom and they'll just automatically lay out as you go.
And we know how Tyson likes to play with a little graveyard.
Yeah, so it's his boneyard.
Well, I'm disappointed to read here that within months of the glass house being built, there was also the brick house that was like 50 yards away. So he actually had a place where he could sleep without the sun in his face. So
there was also, if you read this full story, which is he also had a straw house and a sticks house, but neither of those made it.
Oh yeah, the wolf. I heard the big bad wolf problem in that area was horrible.
See, you guys
there are moments when I think that you guys are being completely serious, and then that hook comes in, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
You know what it is? It's a test to see if you're paying attention, and the answer was you were. So Donovan, thank you. You passed. Yeah. I made this 4 feet, but I don't know if that's right. What do you think comparatively? I can't tell from this image because it's compressed, but I'm going to go with 4 feet on this one. So I'm going to grab this same glass module, and I'm going to paste it because you can see the lower mullions are the same. Tyson, I hope you're watching because you're going to want to know how I did this. You're going to want to know why I did this, or it's going to mess you up.
He's not watching, so you're yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a non-linear scale on this, which means that it might screw you up. But what you may want to do is use this only as for the pieces that you need, and then what you can do is copy and paste outside of it, so you're not stretching or you're not distorting this piece. So I'm going to take that.
You need to leave that as like a text note in here.
Or no, actually, or I can make this
markup.
One. No, never mind. I'm going to make this one unique. No, I'll let him make it unique if he wants to.
You can name the component. I made this a non-linear stretch. So when you're doing the mullet, it's a very long name. But, he'll get the gist.
Or just do it in 3D text, like a big string across kind of the behind the model.
Like I have time for that. I have less than a minute left, folks.
You could probably go over.
No, someone's going to come in and they're just going to take the headphones off of me when my time runs out.
Try this keyboard for my cold dead hands.
I mean, this is set up so that if it's 15 minutes per person, that's only an hour and a half. So we've got a full 30 minutes of.
Well, we're just going to keep the relay just keeps going until we either finish or someone calls time
until someone
on
passes
us.
out.
Okay,
those old dancing competitions. Anyways, guys.
Wait, I'm out of time. So where am I the only one paying attention to the clock here? Someone else needs to be watching.
Nope. Wait just a second, and you'll have company.
Okay,
The reliever is coming in. Do you still have time? Go.
okay. No, I'm saving. I'm giving him the courtesy of saving this thing.
Hurry off.
Lame.
Lame. And I'm going to timer is going to be reset for him to 15 minutes. Adds a courtesy. And speaking of the man of the hour, and by hour I mean quarter of hour, we were joking about at my exit, and I was going to row out. So I'm going to hand this to him, and I'm going to row out. You ready?
Nice.
Oh wow.
Next time around, we have to get him to do like the walking down the stairs.
I can't
Yes.
crouch underneath. Oh, good grief.
Hey Tyson, how are you?
Hey,
Aaron is not watching, so maybe I'll just do like this.
Boom. Where does the time go?
Double speed.
Let's see. Hey, catch me up, because I cheated a little bit, but Eric,
yeah, we talked about that.
Come on in and change your settings.
Okay. I know we're all going to be having the same conversation about I can't do it without keyboard shortcuts. I can't do it in desktop. So Zoom.
The funner part is watching everybody hit their shortcut and be like, why is this not working?
Why?
Because everyone has done that on at least one shortcut.
I think it's in the scenes. Is that where it's at? To change camera.
I got it. Thank you.
Oh, you did
SketchUp
get it.
for web. Oh no, sorry, Matt. I was being sarcastic about the overly friendly pop-ups that are happening.
You all passive.
I'm going to spend my entire 15 minutes just fighting. So just to set expectations. Let's just I don't want to disappoint anybody. So if you need a coffee break right now.
I want to be clear. I really have low expectations for you already. So
Eric even put tags in here. Guy is good.
so did
happening?
Aaron.
Oh man.
Aaron and Matt, or Eric both did.
Okay. Here's the only expectations I have in my time during live modeling kept low expectations. So the only thing I think that I have to do to contribute my thing is to do something like this. Graveyard. Graveyard. Graveyard.
Eric already did that with his little bedroom module too.
We got a glass neighborhood over here.
I am stepping up to the plate hard.
So you get them all lined up in a row, and at a certain time of day, the sun will cut through, and it could literally like cut steel in half with that, with the magnification. Amazing.
The thought process of what's going on here is fascinating. That right when you're looking at somebody else's model, what's happening? What is happening? Okay, so. Oh my gosh.
You got a bunch of people in the chats chiming off and saying, "Hey, Tyson."
It's great to be with y'all. I'm sorry to drag you through my segment. I seriously, is it in scenes? There, yeah, it should be here. There it
To
is.
the left, those two, the box and the other box. Got there. It only took
Breathing.
you 4 minutes.
A little bit easier. I know that's the one thing Aaron is like, hey, 15 minutes is like 3 minutes.
Yes.
Um,
Eric was planning for you to do like part of the frame, that outside, like the steel mullions or whatever. That
yeah,
stuff.
I assume that these are okay. These are components. So we are going to, let's just see what we can do here and pretend. When I was looking at some imagery of this, right, it's interesting. There's some interesting details.
let's see what we can do with those and try to contribute a little something besides just my overwhelming incompetence. So, but hey, how's everybody doing?
Great. Great. Happy to have you.
Fill my water bottle up. Yeah, everybody's super excited that you're here. They've been like all through the last 2 segments. People are just like, when is Tyson returning?
Send another notification out when Tyson gets back, and then everybody was dozing off until you showed up.
Thank you. Thank you for the the ego boost, undeserved.
I feel like every so often I have to do that so that then whenever I start making fun of you, you know that it's from a place of love.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
He'll give you a hug while he's kicking you while you're down.
Oh, Jody will. Jody will.
It's a very awkward hugging, kicking thing. But
I mean, let's just give Jody full props. Let's see. Yeah, this will be fun to see how these are oriented, where these are going to go. Oh, did Eric or Aaron make the interior ones unique already? Interesting.
I think the side ones are unique, and they're also scaled so that they're not like a 1-to-1.
Okay.
If that makes a difference from here, I don't know if it does.
Something about the panels are golden ratio, and I don't know. He started talking all kinds of weird, like nerdy math architect stuff.
Oh, I know when Eric goes off, I'm both like zone out a little bit, honestly, but I am impressed. He's got a good memory. We were talking about this a little bit, and his understanding of modern and postmodern and architecture in general way surpasses mine. And I went to architecture school. I just forgot it.
So did you learn about this house in architecture school? Like, do
We
you
did,
remember?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. That's super cool.
I heard that's how they actually built it. Was they assembled all the glass and then slid it in place inside of the frame like that.
Oh, the glass went first and they just dropped the frame over the glass. That makes sense.
No, the opposite. They built the frame and then they slid the glass in all in one piece from the end like that.
Yeah.
As long as we're just, riffing old theoretical architecture stuff. I remember that one of the first projects I had in architecture school was supposed to be a museum up on this mountain that's just outside of Tucson. Mountain, it's called a mountain, but it's a very small hill. And so you create it for your views and you do all this stuff. And part of my theory, part of my proposal was like I wanted the thing to be embedded in the side of the mountain and to sort of show transition of Earth that in my mind would show some because this was a historical thing and it would show like different segments of rock layers and stuff. It seemed really beautiful in my mind. I doubt any of that's true. And my professor was just like, how are you going to do that? You dig the whole thing out and then you backfill the infill. You can't, it's not going to, and it was just like showing how poorly I knew anything I was talking about or proposing. And it continues to this day.
That's the problem with old people is we come along and we tell young people that they can't do these things, these seemingly impossible things. That's our job.
Yep. I don't think I have a good solution to. I want to maintain some of this component stuff, and I don't want to start going into like this really weird component group thing that gets passed along to Aaron in 2 minutes or whatever it is. I don't know what the best way to do this might be, but I will.
So Lawrence's suggestion is that the windows are components, design the frames around them.
I agreed with that. Like basing this off these frames to start with, I'm not trying to throw Aaron shade, but like farther down, I think it makes more sense to have window components. Let's see if I can get that done in 5 minutes.
Go, go, go. Model
I
faster.
believe in you, Tyson.
Donovan, thank you. Your confidence gives me strength. I always know, I know unfailingly Donovan will get every reference.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and explain that for us people that are, I don't know, out of loop?
No.
It's from the movie Trolls.
Oh. Leave a
yes,
little mystery, Donovan.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's from one of the Trolls movies.
He seeks
Yes,
to
one of the
educate,
Trolls
not.
movies.
He doesn't want to troll us like you.
Well, that's because Donovan's a nice guy, and I know you better than to be the nice guy around you, Jody.
Oh. You cut me deep. You cut me deep, man.
Deep. Real deep.
We got 3 co-hosts on here, and it's still we got dead air.
Well, so I like at some point I start to feel guilty that like I'm slowing someone down with my clever comments, and then they're just like distracted. So I feel like
Yeah,
it's
don't
my
listen to us,
fault.
Tyson. Grind the next 5 minutes, and then we'll just keep ourselves entertained. You can take your headphones off.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on mute
Goodness,
and then I'm
finally.
gonna type everything.
I only have 4 minutes. Okay.
Mark asks, how long does it take to learn this? I mean, it depends on how much you want to learn, like what level of competency you want to get to. But I would say the fundamentals course on learn.sketchup.com, which is called SketchUp Campus, is the best way to get comprehensive training and get up to speed as fast as possible. I don't know what the full length of the fundamentals course is. Does anybody on this call know?
It's about an hour. I mean, just watching it through and through, but it's meant to be followed. So expect to like watch it, do it if you want to get the most out of it. We also have, after you finish that, then we've created a course that just like lets you practice it on a more complicated model. But I would suggest that is our best resource for if you're starting out pretty brand new or want a good refresher. That's a good option, I believe. Yes.
I concur.
Donovan, I believe, has taken it. I think he can back his.
Yep.
He could put his money where his mouth is.
Proverbially, yes. That's not even
Nice.
correct. Yeah.
One of my favorite proverbs. About eating money.
Curse this time limit.
Stop looking at the clock. Just stop looking at the clock. Don't let us worry about the clock. You just worry about the model.
I can't worry about the clock, and I'm supposed to like hand it off something that's not just absolutely midpoint nonsense.
We should tell the viewers at home in the headphones that Tyson's wearing is a clock constantly ticking every second. So that could be
There's actually there's like a little stun gun shocker attached to
No, and what you guys don't know is that like it starts at like 10 minutes to go, and then 5. Like I'm getting amped up. It is getting more painful. It is. I'm getting a lot of anxiety as we get closer.
It's funny as I was sitting here talking when I was in the office earlier this week, and everybody was there. So I was talking to Eric about how you have Aaron that comes in and he's like, I don't prepare at all. Like I don't even know what I'm modeling until I get into the room. And then you have Eric who will be like, I've got kind of a decent idea. And then you've got Tyson who's like, I got to go ahead and run through this 4 times before Friday so that I make sure I'm going to be doing it right.
So that I can have minimal failure, because it will fail anyway. But yes, you are correct. Anyway, you guys out there are fantastic. You hang with us anyway. This is incorrect, but we're going to hand it off to Aaron anyway.
It's a good representation of the design process when you have to work with a bunch of disparate teams who are not communicating.
At least at a bare minimum, unless I want to be a jerk, I won't have the perspective off. Eric, you crazy, crazy nonsense.
You know, I thought this was going to be like you guys messing with each other the whole time,
You're just
but
messing with
you're all being
yourself.
nice. Y'all are being nice to each other.
Well, I'll tell you what, Donovan. I that was within the realm of possibility of what I intended to do until you get in here and you're like, if I'm going to have even something minimally done, I don't even have time to mess with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, to Eric's credit, like the one thing that he didn't do intentionally to mess with you was turn perspective off. That's just how he, you know.
That was to mess with him
Right.
or
Oh.
unmess with him or whatever.
I still have 20 seconds. Back off.
Oh, Donna's only come in.
I erased the wrong things. I have to at least erase the right things, and then I'm going to hand it off to Aaron. Or I'll let him figure out this mess that I just created.
I do feel like, in your defense, Tyson, the further along we go, the more the next guy has got to figure out what the other guy did as they try and get into it. So,
Okay, well, with that, good luck.
And the question now is, are you going
Thanks,
to take the
y'all.
stairs or the elevator?
yeah, what's your
We-
transition?
We were modeling
boogie
pod
out of it.
racers, right?
I hope.
Yeah.
Now this is pod racing.
Okay. Wow, that filled with confidence
I
now.
got that quote.
There you go. The
Ooh,
baton comes back around.
these headphones are so warm and soft right now.
Hopefully not sweaty. Tyson seemed from here like he was
They
sweating, but
they do seem quite dry, so that's
that's good.
big plus, big plus. All right, I'm just looking at what's here, and then we'll start the timer. All right. So I see they did nothing while I was gone. That's cool. Whatever. All right, let's do this. First question is, why is this glass so not glassy?
It's just because we don't have transparencies turned on.
That's been a recurring comment in the comment section as well. Is that question?
I see.
If all you do is put a glass material, you'll be the hero of the chat.
I can do that. I'll do this, and then we'll hang out and talk about what TV shows you guys are watching. All right, let's go look.
Speaking of Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, if
Is
people
it good?
have seen that, it's Flanagan can do no wrong in my eyes.
I don't even know what that means.
My
Is
It
this
means he,
about
it
Usher,
means he
the
does
R&B
everything
artist?
right, Jody.
Okay.
No, unrelated.
Hmm.
Although I haven't quite finished it yet, so maybe he makes a cameo at the very end. I don't know.
All right, there we go. We got glass. I like the cloud glass personally. Oh crap! What? Who grouped bad?
Okay, so
Group bad, no you. Good.
Come on, man. Seriously?
He's out.
the guy that plays Napoleon Usher, as I'm looking this up, I love that guy. He was in iZombie, was the first time I saw him. And he is
Oh,
amazing. Rahul Kohli.
yeah,
Yeah, that guy's
He's-
great.
he's great. And he's great in the show, too.
I believe you.
All right. Back something.
We've been watching Loki. We've been keeping up with Loki because
Ooh, I haven't started that
me
yet.
personally, I have to admit it. I have a little bit of superhero fatigue, so I wasn't too excited initially, but I'm actually getting into it. I think they're doing a good job with Loki.
I keep forgetting. I just have streaming service sort of fatigue, much like superhero fatigue. I forget what's out when it's out. So I forgot. I watched the first episode and then completely forgot. Whereas I watched the first episode of the what you call it. See, I don't even remember his name.
with who's his face? I know that one.
The Samuel L. Jackson series. I watched one episode and I was like, I'm not really digging this, and I didn't watch it ever again.
Secret Invasion.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm done. That's good. I'm good by that. I'm gonna hang out in the
You could
bathroom.
go ahead and flesh
No,
out the
you guys know
bathroom
what I
inside
meant.
of that.
Gonna flush it right out where the toilet is. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I said flesh,
Oh.
like skin.
Like zombies.
All right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna come in here, get rid of that. I don't even know what to do with that. Hopefully one of those guys know what's going on there. All right, so what we got here is, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll grab this. Now let's do this. Let's make this a component. I'm gonna get international and call it the baño.
Wow. Naming components too. That's
Well, I mean, Philip Johnson, I believe, was of Latin descent. He looked very. Actually, I'm just kidding. I looked at a picture of what this guy looked like, and he looked like a really old version of the lead singer of the Talking Heads. He was wearing like a way over shouldered suit.
He looks like
looked
David
a
Byrne, you're
killer.
saying?
Yeah.
because he had a huge suit on. Not because he looked like David Byrne, but just because he had a huge suit on.
It was really only the jacket.
I want to let you guys know that Happy 500,000, everybody!
Yay!
Yay! All right.
There's one aimed in my face right now. I'll tell you whatever you want to hear. Jeez, man. These loud noises are not working well with the amount of caffeine I have in my system right now. I'm just gonna say it may be a health concern for me. Oh my gosh. You know the part that's not funny is end of the day, half the people here are flying out of here, right? Eric's gonna get on an airplane and leave. Donovan's out of here. So guess who's cleaning up this crap?
The janitorial staff, because you don't even care.
So upset. That was fun. I appreciate that. That was a little bit of a throwback to Game of Thrones model. Who remembers
That's
that
the Iron
one?
Throne. We had a Nerf
I got shot
Red
repeatedly.
Wedding in there.
That's right.
Nice. Well, there you go. Got the blood pumping, and you can pick up the pace over here.
Yeah, now I have to. So if I don't get enough done, it's because of those guys. All right. And I think said I'm like 90% sure that this separates bathroom from fireplace. But
I like how you throw in the word "but" as you're talking about bathrooms. Very.
well, you're the one who
raucous.
wanted me to flush it out, so
Oh.
Very clean. Nice. It only took us an hour and 3 minutes to get to the
Bathroom jokes.
Yeah.
well, I'm glad you guys saved it for me. I really do appreciate that.
Bathroom humor is the only reason I'm married today. When in doubt,
Flush it
make
out.
potty jokes. My wife will be like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's why I married this guy."
Transom says, fun fact, Philip Johnson was the director of the Metropolitan Museum in New York City and studied with Miles van der, and then I have a big heart, so I can't see what the van der Rohe?
Rohi.
Yeah, that guy.
The house of Rohi.
Riders of Rohi. Yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't know that, but you can see the international style influence, of course.
I'm gonna need a door. Sorry, didn't mean to talk about like what's going on here. Didn't mean to over. Sorry, guys. No, I'm kidding. Keep talking.
No, you work your magic. We told Tyson he could take his headphones off if we were too distracting. So I didn't roll goes for you.
I was
amongst ourselves.
I was actually saying that to Eric. I think I may have referred to you guys as the Goon Squad, but I told him like it's very different having multiple you guys on there because yeah, I felt I feel like I didn't really have to do anything. I could just let you guys talk and I could just model. I didn't have to like talk or anything and do anything.
Well, and that's apparently kind of the opposite of the case with Eric, because Eric, he's a talker. I definitely felt like I didn't have to say much. I didn't have to do much to participate in his.
Well, we couldn't derail him. He just kept going on his
That's really what it was,
process,
right?
and we're desperately trying to throw him off his game.
It's his college professor experience. He blazes through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't care what you're
Whereas
doing
he
over
is
there.
unflappable, Tyson is very flappable.
Oh, yeah, he flaps like nothing else. Yeah. Cool. That's the basics. Does anybody have? I know there was some pictures. I shared a link out to our live group of some pictures of what the inside of the bathroom looked like. But
Did you want me to post that in the forum?
sure, yeah, if you don't mind. I'm not quite sure what to do with these things right here. These ribs, but I'm not really because they don't like I don't see them anywhere. So well, I don't have to ask for permission. I do what I want. All right, let's get these out of here. All right, erasing. There we go. I don't know if those were there intentionally or what, but I don't see them. They're not. They don't happen. They don't exist anymore. Also, what's wrong with using tags? Why you got to put my geometry over here in timeout?
It's funny, like literally as Tyson was sliding it off to the side, I don't remember who said it. Somebody's like, why don't you just hide it?
Man.
I'm like, because Tyson just moves things. You should see his shop. It's just stuff moves from here to there.
Well, I mean, I have seen his model at the end of the day. I have like just off camera. We all know what's over there. There we
That
go.
was actually how he opened it. Was he made a copy of this and just put like six of them out there so that there was a boneyard to kind of pick through.
I like it.
The link is live in the forum, by the way, and I did
Oh, yeah.
have one photo of the bathroom.
Cool. So this was if anybody wants to check it out, there is some kind of cool walkthroughs. It's a lesson in minimalism, but the fact is like it's just kind of a tour of the place. So there we got the that
Fireplace.
Thank you. Words. It's
This thing over here.
you know some
Gesture.
days Mondays are more Monday than other Mondays, but there's some days that Fridays are so Friday. So yeah.
Your
Okay,
Fridays
there's
are
a-
This is a-
the Mondays.
That's right.
So we'll get that in there in the fireplace.
Wait, is that like a little glass panel above the?
Yeah,
Interesting.
because a curve or two is
Heat-treated
pleasing to the eye.
Every time they have
Jody.
a fire.
Yeah,
It's the glass house, so there's got to be glass. on the
it's glass
fireplace.
everywhere.
All right.
All right. Speaking of which, less talky, more clicky. Let's do this. Here we should do this.
More
first.
glassy.
More glassy. Ooh, yeah. I did this really well unintentionally. We got to go in.
Lawrence said the bathroom is too short. I'm not sure if that is an actual technical assessment or if Lawrence is really tall and maybe it's just, I mean, that's more of a judgment.
The bathroom is short. I'm not. I mean, bathroom. This geometry we're going to 14 feet tall. What? Oh, because it's not going through the ceiling again.
Maybe. I'm not Lawrence.
That's true. Psh, you're no Lawrence, Jody.
Right. That's true. I'll stand by that.
All right. Push that. I'll give me half a sec, and I will.
How much time you got left on your timer?
Yeah, that's why I got.
Because everybody else is watching it like a hawk.
Yeah, I'm not doing that so much.
Somebody's
Watch.
asking if the fireplace convects heat to the bathroom. I'm kind of assuming it convects heat throughout the house because, man, the energy loss through all that glass must be atrocious.
That's probably fair.
There's a reason that he built 14 other structures on this property because he's just like, yeah, this is good a month out of the year. I'm gonna go stay in the brick house now.
Don't have the straw house anymore. I gotta go hang out in the brick house.
He really did have a brick house. That was a real statement. He really does have 14 buildings on the property. That was a real statement.
Yeah, I've heard it referred to as his compound.
Yeah, it was on 50 acres. So, if I had 50 acres, I'd be building all kinds of cool different houses.
Why is this not? Oh, because I'm missing the corner. Because you're doing it wrong, dude. There we go.
So, Jody, if you're making houses on your compound, what's your first material that you make the house out of? This is the glass house. You got the brick one, but what fun material would you use?
Well, Well, so Tyson was talking about building one into the side of a mountain. I would totally build a concrete house into the side of a hill or a mountain. I would. So basically, the walls are earth, eh?
Yeah.
What about you?
Porcelain.
Nice. You never invite any bowls, not allowed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd make it all out of fine china. That would be.
China. Donovan?
Same question.
So I used to live overseas, and it's amazing the things that you can do with bamboo. I think it'd be interesting to see how much of a full structure you can do with just bamboo.
I thought you were going to say paper, but yeah, that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be intriguing. I just started watching this series. I'm on season 1, and I don't know how many there are, of a show called Alone. It's basically Survivor, but it's like real Survivor. Like you're dumped there with a camera.
It's
by
what
yourself.
it's what I thought Survivor was going to be. It's actually like somebody
Exactly.
really trying to survive.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I could tell you fairly confidently I would not be making my house out of a tarp. That's not a winning material in my opinion.
It either blows away or melts at some point.
Chip Cookie suggested duct tape, which yeah.
I've seen
a
that
deal.
episode of Mythbusters, and it did work. So
They made a house out of duct tape?
they made everything out of duct tape. They stranded themselves on an island, but yeah, they ended up getting off the island by making a boat to float in out of duct tape. So yeah, they made a lot of stuff. Am I missing flooring? Where's flooring? 3D print.
Carpet?
Wouldn't it be neat if that was alphabetized? It is.
Yeah, but flooring starts
There it
with
is.
a C, not an F. My mistake. I knew it was all right. Well, I mean, it's pretty good. I got it. The bathroom's okay. 15 minutes goes by so fast, you guys, especially when you have loving coworkers shooting stuff at you. That really.
I'm just glad that it was.
I spent 2
them
minutes
that
ducking for
distracted
cover of my 15 minutes. So, but yeah, this is. Oh, you know what else I could do? What time? Oh, my time's up. Oh yeah, I guess. Suppose. Nope, don't purge.
you. Purge all.
I'm gonna do this because it's gonna look like I did more than I did. Go grab.
It's funny, on
All right.
Eric's turn, he didn't want to apply materials because he didn't want to distract you guys. Nice. Hurry, click
Clicky,
faster.
clicky, clicky.
They're coming. If only those were components.
I did model it, Jody. What can I say? All right, boom, saved. Sorry,
Boom.
I accidentally cut up pages
Purged
and
all.
pages of crepe paper and sprinkled them everywhere, Eric. Woo! It's fun. It's fun for the kids. They like the colors. All right.
I look
best of
forward to
luck.
figuring out
Right
how
there.
to
That's
seeing
very
how
well.
Aaron decides to distract Eric.
Yeah, I actually I was part of that, so I saw it from the outside.
Just be warned, he mentioned something about pulling the fire alarm after he leaves. So
You know who volunteered for it? He's not part of our group, but Ty actually was his idea. So I'm gonna say that he.
oh, nice. Throw him under the bus.
Yeah, he gets to get
He's
it.
right there. He's sitting right next to the
All right.
glass house.
Hang on, I lost my mouse really quick, so let me get it back because we have two
Yeah,
screens.
Don't forget to piss Tyson off by going and switching back into ISO mode.
No, I won't do that. But how do I get? Oh, you guys. Okay, there it is. Sorry, it goes to the other monitor and then I can't find it. Okay, one thing I'm going to do is because you know me, I love to go in and change things. So what I want to do is find my shadows.
You gotta start the timer too.
Oh, yep. Thank you for reminding me. I should not be starting. That's not fair.
I would never let you do anything.
No,
Let the timer run.
no, and start. Okay, hi everyone. I'm back.
Hi. Okay,
So-
what's the first step?
Well, you tell me. What do you guys want? What do you want me to do? What should I do next?
I don't know. Try to finish it.
Yeah. Give
How about-
Tyson nothing to do.
How about
You are our landscape expert, so maybe working on the outside of the house.
All right. I wouldn't call myself an
It
expert.
looks like the theme is flat and grassy.
Flat and grassy. It sounds like a cool hip restaurant here in Denver.
Portland.
Have you been to Flat and Grassy?
Something
yet?
and something.
It's always something
Yeah.
and something. It's like food.
No, my favorite
food and
restaurant in
drinks.
Denver is Fat and Gassy.
More bathroom humor. Woo! You cannot talk to my wife. You're trying to steal her away from me.
This is when I feel like I don't need to do this split thing anymore, but oh well, I'm already at it. I feel like it doesn't help me. Maybe I join them. Maybe I merge them at this point. Turn them into one group. Make a group. Go in. Control A. And explode. There we go. So hopefully that seam disappears. So speaking of landscape, there is a landscape plan, and since it's my show now, I'm going to type in Glass House Johnson site plan, and I hope this doesn't take too long, and I don't want to do a departure, meaning I still want to kind of advance what we've done. But I did see an image earlier that might be kind of cool because it puts it a little bit in context, and I don't know. Me, I like context.
I'm all about context clues.
What is
Mhm.
context clues? You know what
Brandy
I was...
says it's interesting how the three of you have all migrated to your area of speciality. And I think it's more they migrated from their area of speciality.
I don't think any of us have a real speciality. We have a comfort zone, I might say. Maybe that's the same thing.
I think for the sake of this story, yeah, I think that is.
We kind of all have to be able to do all things, for the most part. And that's not to say that we're good at all things, but it means that we should be familiar with all things because we do service, we have so many, as we all know and have said a million times, our user base is so broad in a good way. I'm going to go 55 feet on that.
Colin's suggestion is that you guys all use scenes and then you have one scene for each of you. And that way you could be modeling, you could have all your settings turned on. That would have taken forethought, Colin.
I kept asking questions like, do you guys want to plan this out? Like, do you want to talk about this? and the answer, Aaron's answer was, nope, we'll just do it. And it's good. That's what we're going to do.
I feel like Tyson didn't have a vote in that then, because I feel like Tyson would have also been like, yeah, let's go ahead and plan this out.
And because Tyson is next up, I'm going back into ISO mode for him.
Oh, bless his heart. You killed him for like 5 minutes. First 5 minutes was him trying to remember how to turn it off or figure out how to turn it off.
Does he not
and
know how to
muttering
do
the whole
that?
time. He does
knows
now.
his shortcut for how to do it.
Oh, you know what I need to do here? I might have to hide this. Oh, where am I? Oh, you know what I don't like?
No.
Permission to complain.
You can, but it's your time.
Fine, never mind. Thanks, Matt.
Way to shut him down.
We'll do it later. I'm going to do some topography. I'm going to use the freehand tool for this. I do not have my tablet, so it's going to be a little slower. We're going to see if I can do this pretty quick.
So what kind of tree is that there in the bottom left? Is that a fireworks tree? Because that looks like a...
How about this? You guys talk about which trees these are while I just trace for a minute by myself. There we go.
Okay, you do that.
I can do that.
Fireworks tree. I'm going with it.
Freehand tool.
I don't know what the other ones look like, though.
I should have known this beforehand, but where is this located?
Connecticut.
I mean, everything seems like it's always in upstate New York. I don't know why, but pretty sure.
Where's my freehand drawing tool? I should get an option. It should give me an expandable option for me to switch from line to freehand. Jody?
Was it not in
It's
the
in
extra menu?
Donovan? It's in New Canaan,
No,
Connecticut.
where's my
The
freehand
top
line?
9. It's on the
There it
bottom
is.
left.
I can't. No, you're right. I said I wouldn't complain, so I'm not going to.
See, if you were used to it, you would know exactly where it is, and then you couldn't find it on desktop.
Well, I was going to.
You're used to web.
Maybe 2024 is the year of SketchUp for web.
Yeah,
That's all anybody
You've heard it here
uses.
first, folks.
Boom.
we're giving web some love today.
We are deprecating the desktop version. Jody said it.
Cyanide also confirmed that is a fireworks tree. He's an arborist, so I will accept that bogus title only because it verifies or it confirms what I suggested. James said it's a
Definitely
Rorschach
agrees.
ink blot tree. I like that.
Monkey
It looks like
puzzle
my
tree.
mother.
We did an escape room yesterday, and they had a Rorschach test as part of the team challenge.
Neat. So that basically means that every time someone does that escape room, they get different answers.
Yeah, it means that everyone looked at the thing differently and said, which one are you holding? I'm holding the one that looks like a butterfly. I don't see butterfly. I'm holding the one that looks like two steaks next to each other. That see what I'm going? Yeah, that was probably part of the challenge, was that each person's going to describe it a little bit
Is
different.
that why you guys failed to get out because of the Rorschach?
No, we actually did really well with the Rorschach one. It was kind of everything after that slowed us down a little bit.
No, I don't.
I'll get you.
I'll take the blame. It was the first one that I've done. Which contour goes where? That one I want to get rid of. That one goes there. That one goes there. This one goes here. And this one is going to come here when I take this and go F for offset and go 1 foot.
Ty's chimed in and said we got a pretty good scale figure for this model. So.
Oh. Yeah, that's Ty, for those that don't know. He doesn't model with us, but he is in the web app when you open him up. So say hi to Ty next time you launch SketchUp for web. See, so how many of these? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's going to go. These 3 are going to delete, so I'm going to cut that there. Those 3 delete. Hope someone's paying attention to my clock. And not using shortcuts, so that's kind of fun. Depends on your definition of fun.
That it does.
I have been known to say that I like challenges, so I won't say that I can't really complain too much, because, you know, it's like, yeah, let's do something challenging. Well, here you are, folks. We've got it. But I'm not going to do all of these contours. It's going to take too long. I'm just going to do a few so I can get some grade change, because I like it when you can place it. Sort of what feels like it's context. So now let's take a look at how many feet that is. So if each contour we need to assume is 1 foot, so this is a pretty steep drop off. This thing maybe looks like, depending. Oh, did they change this at one point? Looks like
They've changed everything at one point. Probably.
Yep.
Is that do you think that's the original pathway then?
The pictures, it looks like, if
Or do you think that,
if I could pass the judgment, it looks like old pavement. So I feel like the angled one was original.
well, what is it now? I guess we didn't talk about whether we wanted to model it the way it was
Google Maps,
originally
maybe?
intended. Like, there we go. This looks like it comes straight and it still has an angled piece to it. So, I don't know. 6 minutes left. Yeah, I'm going to still keep this angle, but I'm going to tie in lower, because I think this angled path is gone, and I think this secondary one ties in right about here. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to do this instead. I'm going to get rid of my X-ray mode. Okay, display styles. This is going to be fun, because I got to remember where everything is in web. Don't help me, okay?
Don't worry.
That's actually
It's all you.
that's my way of saying if you wanted to help me, you could help me. But
Help!
well, I'm too like yeah, didn't want to ask for help. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna drop these down. So I'm gonna move this down. How many contours do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means this last one needs to be. Oh, wait a minute. This is gonna be interesting. We don't have sandbox tools in web. So, which means I have to create faces first. So I'm not going to use the move tool. I'm going to use push pull.
Oh man, Aaron would be so jealous that he's missing out on this this stitching opportunity.
Oh, he likes to stitch, doesn't he?
Oh, he does like to
Does
stitch.
like to stitch. I think of stitching like, I love that you can do it, but to me it also tells you that, like, if you're going in and stitching little pieces, you probably miss something along the way. Do you know what I mean? Because it's, but I don't know. Oh, see, missed something along the way.
Well, I don't know if you've ever watched one of Aaron's streams, but it's not uncommon for him to have missed something along the way.
Huh. Okay, I see what happened. Something happened.
But that makes for good TV.
Something happened here. So I'm just going to grab my freehand tool, and I'm just going to kind of piece this contour in. I'm just going to fake it. Fake it till you make it, folks. We're not at our time yet. Coming in. No. So what's missing with this one? This is what kills me when you have, like, if two edges sort of, sometimes you get like this. get this little overlap or something, and it's this tiny little thing that kind of screws you up, and you don't know until you've sort of closed. If you close a couple, you can kind of say, okay, well, that wasn't it. So then I have to go back, reverse this while I'm here. They're going to say, Eric, in 15 minutes, all you did the grading on the slope? I'll say yes.
All the previous guy did was paint it.
All the guy before me did was paint the glass, which because and I tipped him off and said that I cheated and read the comments, and everyone was saying, give us some glass texture, please.
I like that. I like that Aaron's creeping in and watching now. Cheating. Oh, he's not cheating though, because it's Tyson's up next, and Tyson's probably just pacing. He's wearing a hole in the carpet out there.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Nothing but nerves.
3.5 minutes, and I'm done stitching my piece here. Excuse my reach. Okay. Did I do something wrong?
No, apparently they
did I-
shot the
did I-
overhead camera when they were in here.
Uh-oh, did I touch it?
No, you're good.
I think this is why we warned them. We said, guys, there's like a lot of video equipment in here, and some of it's sensitive. So when you're shooting this stuff,
They did. Apparently they turned the camera off somehow.
how did you do that? Oh, have you not been seeing my hand the whole time?
Yeah.
There.
No, no, it's just been your face. I didn't even notice. I'm busy watching the model itself.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, okay, so that set me off like 30 seconds. So now I've got to go and get that time.
Yeah. So you can
You
just
need
run
stoppage
along
time.
whenever the timer goes off.
Stoppage time. Yeah, stop the clock.
Yep.
5 feet. And then what we're going to do is go.
You need like one of those
4
little
feet.
chess clocks where you just tap it every time you gotta pause.
And we're going to go 3 feet. Why is there a delay on that? And then we're going to go 2 feet. And I'll leave it at that. So now what I have to do is I probably screwed myself up there. Oh gosh darn it. That was me.
So I'm looking at a current picture, and there's also, it looks like kind of it looks like it's just a concrete sort of berm, but it's elevated. It's got legs. I don't know. That kind of goes to the perimeter of this thing too, so that people don't actually wander into the forest.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to do here is just make a copy of this just for a second, because I wanted to work with just, why is it, I don't know, it's probably just like that time of the day after it's eaten lunch, it's a little bit slow, it needs a coffee, like me, All right, I'm going to leave that.
A digestive.
It's like, it's not wanting to, I don't know why it's not wanting to go into the position that I want to put it in. So I could just go in and manually delete these like that, but didn't really like that. Didn't think that looked good. So I say, well, why did you do that like that then? But I have this trick where I
Why did you do that like that then, Eric?
I don't know, because I'm distracted. and you took my sandbox tools away and group.
I know that if I was doing this, I would do it differently.
Yeah. What I wanted to do.
So easy to say that from this end of the internet.
What I want to do is copy this, but we don't have paste in place. So what I want to do is copy that, triple select everything, delete it, paste it, and I shouldn't have done it that way. That's just not the
Is somebody taking feature request notes to pass along to the web team?
Okay, so how do I turn my hidden geometry on? I have to go under View, under Styles. Is that an Edit the Style? I want to see hidden geometry, modeling settings, hidden geometry.
Okay, I finally found the actual satellite view of this on Google Maps, and
Tyson,
yeah, it's at an angle. That path goes off at an angle over to the glass house, brick house, guest house. Oh wait, glass house, brick guest house.
Tyson, one
Wait.
minute.
Yeah, okay, that means Tyson's queued up. Okay, so what I want to do is place some trees. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to make a circle component. So I'm going to grip my circle tool, and I'm going to offset that. It's starting to like, I don't know what I did. It's like starting to slow down. So it just feels like it's not as responsive as I want right now. I'm going to make that into a component. I call that tree. And I want to finish this. I did want to finish this off by going back to creating.
Somebody's asking when we're going to have the reverse of this, where me, Matt, and Jody model, while the three of you be the voices.
We sweet revenge for the modelers. I feel like it'd be like goes around, comes around.
Yeah, if
Probably
you
not
want
as
to
fun
watch
to
models
watch
stick
either.
figures.
Okay,
Yeah.
my time is up,
Yeah.
so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to save this as a courtesy to Tyson, who is ready. I think that's the least I can do for him. Make that a group, And then my time is up. My time, man, it goes quick. I think it's just because I'm enjoying the conversation with my friends from afar. And hide. All right, save. Tyson, we've got some terrain. And that's it. So, good luck. You got this. No pressure.
Well,
He just walked off. He didn't do the elevator, the stairs, nothing.
nope.
You set a
He didn't wanna-
precedent, and then you don't abide by it.
Eric's like,
He didn't.
boom.
Baton drop.
Oh, what's happening here? Is the collective wisdom out there that this was a terrible idea? We will never do it again. And
Oh no, I think this has been great. I've had a
Oh, yeah,
great
no.
time.
They're actually just the comments alone. People are loving this. So you're doing great
Yeah.
for your part.
We have to do
I-
this every week now.
oh, that's so great. I wish if we do this every week, we're gonna have to get a room camera just to see like what it's just a disaster.
All the
It's
chaos
so
behind the camera.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, I don't expect anyone to notice. I changed shirts because while we're sitting
Nice.
out there, our friend Steve Guzman, who's the PM of Warehouse, came by and was like, "Hey, we've got some shirts over here." And this image search for Warehouse, I think is, I'm not gonna mess with Aaron and Eric's perfection. So I'm just gonna find some stuff in the warehouse and
Boom. Nice segue.
you. So fancy, Jody.
Yeah, I'm all about misuse of words. There you go. So Aaron's first order of business was to be like, why didn't they just use tags to hide this roof? To which I said, Tyson likes to slide things out of the way.
Jody, it's nice to know we're still in sync.
And then I made fun of your shop.
We are not friends anymore.
We aren't any less though either.
Okay.
Aaron just chimed in the comments to say, put the roof back. So
All in good time. I did see one of the comments too, which is totally true, from Colin, where he's like, why aren't you guys like creating some scenes with different, perspective on, perspective off, and stuff like that? And it's because not thinking straight at all, just not keeping up with. Here comes everybody to fix what I broke.
you didn't do it. This happened apparently as Eric walked away. He like flipped a switch underneath the desk. Look for a little kill switch under the desk, maybe.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, I'll let these guys do their thing. You know what? Let's see here. I'm gonna see if this will work. We're gonna test image search on the warehouse. I'm just gonna do a tiny screen capture of this little chair right here. Boop. That's it. That's all we got to work with, and let's see if it'll work for us.
You got to start the timer too.
I didn't start the
Give you a
timer.
little bit of leeway up top.
Oh.
I have.
Whoops.
I have 13 minutes and 33 seconds. Go.
Hey, you're
We
making it.
technically have
whatever you
26 minutes until the end of the stream, so you can do whatever you want. If you go over, if you accidentally turn the timer off, just do whatever.
It's my show now. You're in my house.
That's right. Exactly.
We should bring you guys all in at the end to talk about what you did and why
And
it ended up like it ended up.
That's a
What
good
were
idea.
you thinking?
The why is desperate chaos. That's the why.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's my warehouse?
Right side. Oh yeah. Or just there you go. Search. Look at that.
I do love that little search bar. All right, so let's drag this And we've got a screenshot here. We're going to drag this on. No.
Maybe you just click the icon and then browse forward in the.
Hopefully, yeah. And I may have just brought. Oh, it doesn't.
Sorry, I mean
grabbing
the image icon from the home screen, not the search icon.
I'm not following. But
So right now, providers is what's selected also. So switch to models.
let's do that too. Good call, Miss Mary. So we're just still in.
You see what I'm saying? In the search bar where it says search for models, click on the image icon. Like the it's like a mountain and a little sun.
Little to the left.
Thanks, Matt.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hit this. No.
Just hit X and then just you'll have to browse for it. Yeah.
So I think in other versions you can just do that, but that's all well and good.
You should have dragged Guzman in there with you, so that then he's on the spot showing off all this functionality.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see what we got. That tiny little image is giving us a lot of living room, a lot of different pieces here. Lots to work with. Interesting results. Just gonna see if we got. Like if we look at what we have, well, that's really not a lot to work with. So I was hoping to find this chair, especially just. I'm gonna try one more time just to see, because I can. It's my show now. Let's see if this one. If we look at this image.
It looks like a Barcelona chair, isn't it? So couldn't you just?
I could, and you're right. It's a Barcelona chair. I was going to see, because I didn't know that's what it was called until about 30 minutes ago. So
I'm the image search. You don't even need image search. No, I'm just.
I know. I just call it Matt. It's 3 a.m. I know, but what's that thing called? It's like I hate you.
That's what's really behind all AI search stuff. It's just some really tired person answering a bunch of things at once. No, I'm just
Yeah. I think, is that the one I just got? Let's find out. Oh, well, at least we're getting it within the realm of chairs and furniture and stuff. So we're definitely on the right track here. Very cool. We have some pretty close stuff, and I will once again totally admit that our image that we're feeding it is pretty blurry. So we're just going to pick one of these options, or like as Matt has suggested, we could say Barcelona chair. But then I have to spell it. That's not going to go well. Now what?
CEL.
Thank you. Okay, just based on the size of these, which one are? Let's pick the biggest one, and that will, like somewhere over in the side, you're going to hear Eric scream, "No!" And it'll be so worth it. These look pretty good from Noel. Let's try these. See materials. So from here, can we place them directly? Beautiful. Seem the right scale.
Nice. Wrong color, but
yeah.
Hey, we have the technology.
Will our search still be active? Can I go back here and grab? Yes. 3D Warehouse team, you guys are awesome. Even I can fumble my way through it. So kudos to you. This, however, let's see. Now we got to find the soften and smooth if it's It's a dialogue somewhere. There's we have all the things open. Play. I think it's in here. Smooth edges, soften coplanar. There it is. Ah, whew.
Look at that.
Lovely.
Beautiful. I have to say, you had the right idea for using the fetch, like the search function. I feel like Eric was struggling to look through context menus and sidebar stuff, but
Yeah.
you got there right away.
I've been there, but yeah, I do like that. As you say, fetch is the thing. All right, being that we what we're doing normally, there's one or two Barcelona chair, Barcelona couch, but we're having a party, so everybody gets their own seat, their own rest. That's a terrible rotation point. But we're going to use it anyway and say, what's the keyboard shortcut for rotate on here?
You maybe? That's what it is on desktop.
Oh, is it? How crazy is that? That makes no sense.
It looks like a protractor, like a rotation gizmo.
Nice.
I didn't set it like that way, but that's the reason. I believe.
Well, I
You said
heard
there-
actually that Philip Johnson invented the protractor, so I know he was old. So
Yes.
He lived to be 90 some odd.
5.
95.
That's the odd.
I was just learning, like he whatever the term is, gifted is not the right term, but he donated the land, the house, everything to the National Archives. Like 20, 25 years. He didn't know when he would go, I assume. But he's like, it's still my house. You can have it until I die. And then he kept living for a long time. So good on you.
I'm sure that's why he stayed alive. Peter said that in SketchUp
is
Web,
cute.
soften and smooth commands are on the eraser icon. You toggle the option key.
That is a wonderful observation. The soften and smooth are part of eraser. When you want to soften and smooth like a whole big selection of geometry, that's when the old soften smooth menu comes in handy. Okay, I wanted a big party, but even for me, this is a little much.
This
Let's
is
back-
quite the party you got going on, Tyson.
Let's back off the Barcelona chairs.
You know what's funny is this is a glass house, but when Johnson would have parties here, it was like a pool. He said plastic only, no glass allowed. So just thought that was
It's all
funny.
brick floors, isn't it?
Yeah,
I can see that.
be bad for breaking glass in there.
We have a saying in our house that an unspilled cup is a cup yet to be spilled. So if it was anywhere near the same in that house as it is in my house, I can understand why that rule was in place.
Let's now let me tell you, and if he already got credit for this, it's you know that it's true. We could leave Ty in here alone, and it would still be quite the party. Ty can step up to the plate, but let's at least
Proverbial
let's give him
party animal.
a few friends, because he can enjoy some good company. So, Matt, you've got nope.
I'm not a product.
Where's
I'm a product
our
in my environment, certainly, but
let's see if we can get these are somewhere. We've got, I don't know what the right term is for.
Look under models again instead of products.
Oh, now that I do. frequently. Yeah, there we go. There's a
Bryce with
SketchUp
a party
people
shirt on.
and
Oh
pets
yeah, and
collection.
pets too.
That would be quite the party. I shall I bring everybody in at once?
You know,
Why
I
not?
think everybody on the team has a scale figure on the in warehouse.
There it is,
Don't
right
we?
there.
This is it. This is the queue waiting to get in. It's a very exclusive party.
Yep.
And a
there's
very poorly aligned queue. They're not even lined up to the doorway properly.
oh, I'm sorry, Jody, that our queue does not meet your prestigious standards.
I am a
You-
bit of a queue snob. I'm just saying.
You really are, and Ty is guarding the door. All right.
Party animal / bouncer.
What? Oh. Yay for the component within component. Pets are probably not allowed in the glass house, so we're going to break some rules here.
Woo!
You could have pets, but there is not a glass menagerie. It's a plastic menagerie, as Matt pointed out.
Oh.
Mhm.
And a glass yet to be spilled, as Donovan, if Donovan and his family are there.
I feel like Donovan said cup because I know that Donovan has small children, and we know that small children don't use glasses.
Unless
And again, there's a reason for that.
Yes.
what is this file called? This SketchUp people file that we found? Because I didn't look closely at the SketchUp people and pets collection. SketchUp people that I've accumulated. Oh, well, okay. This is somebody's made this. This isn't our official. I was going to say, if this is our official one, I know
who
some
this
of these
guy is.
people are not on the team. I know some of these people are not because that's my Grandpa Randall and that's my Uncle Wayne. I made these back in version like 5. This is
I
at
thought
my
you were gonna say
cousin's
that
wedding.
You've just given everybody names, like family names. Oh yeah, well here's Uncle Abe, and
I am so thrilled that, like, yes, my family is making it into this live stream and onto the glass house party.
nice.
So,
Oh, Peter points out that originally when they were lining up, they were like a conga line for the party. So definitely getting in the
oh,
spirit.
yeah, right.
I hear that. It's not a party till the conga line starts. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba.
I hear the acoustics in the glass house are crazy amazing. It's like, it's the thing to do. Here, Aaron just walked in the room. I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious, so I better move this back. But I know how far I moved it. I can move it right back. We're all good. No harm done. Not much anyway.
Or here's a good little marketing pitch. Like that's the beauty of SketchUp is you can just use inferences and put it right back where it belongs without even knowing how far you moved it.
Booyah. There you go. Here's our friend Tommy. Some of you will
What?
remember Tommy.
Yeah.
And
he's
Late to the party, or he's got to be somewhere.
oh,
Check
I
his
ran
watch.
out. I ran out of time. I was going to say we'll go around the room. Some of these people are our friends, our SketchUp friends. Some are not, but we'll save that for another time. The party at the glass house is done.
Nice. I love it.
Yay.
I say bring Eric and Aaron back in and talk about your process. Talk over the model.
Well, are we going to mess with the audio that is one set of headphones? I was doing this.
You could try to do it out loud and see if there's an echo.
I can only say
you're-
my process was I thought the glass enclosures were interesting, so I focused in on there and only succeeded to create a mess of components that Aaron probably had to struggle with. And my second process was warehouse is cool. When things are failing, just run to the warehouse and throw a bunch of stuff in there, and all of a sudden you look like you did much more than you did. That was my process. Thank you.
When in doubt, use somebody else's models.
Yeah.
Except some of those were your models.
Yeah,
Some of
yeah.
them were my. Thank you, Jody. It like big circle came around.
Yeah, you put him up there, right? So,
So
3 years.
woohoo, Aaron.
I just had a real quick. Okay, so here's these the Goon Squad too. No, I just want Eric
What?
come in. Eric's been coming here too.
Boo.
So, yeah,
Yay! Good
Let's-
work, guys.
yeah. Thank you everybody who's listening. Thank you for those. You guys. I mean, you guys talked more than ever before. Like all of you guys had
That's 'cause
conversations and
there's
stuff.
3 of us.
Yeah,
We
good
had
job.
like talking to each
triple
other
the
more than
mouths.
us.
Yeah,
which
it
I'm
kinda
happy
helps
to
when
have
that's the
all three of
case.
you back anytime.
So yeah, so it's great to have the whole team on here. I did want to do a shout out. We do have a couple of members of our team that were not part of the stream. Our designer, person who's like all the images you see on SketchUp content, Sarah, and then Jess, of course, who's in charge of our awesome events like 3D Basecamp. Not just 3D Basecamp, but things that we go to like AIA, where we get to see you guys in person. She's always part of that, or in charge of that stuff. So I just want to say thanks to them also. And on behalf of our whole team, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you for getting us to 500,000. And yeah, we could be done. We'll see you guys next week. Good.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
It's good hanging out with
Great
everybody.
Awesome.
weekend.
That was
Thanks for
fun,
putting
guys.
up with us.
See ya.
Oh wow, you can see how big of a
Holy cow! That